Prince Harry's story begins not just as a child born into royalty, but as someone raised beneath the relentless scrutiny of the public eye. Born in 1984 to Prince Charles and Princess Diana, Harry never had the luxury of a private childhood. From birth, he was labeled the Spare, second in line after his older brother, Prince William. The world watched him grow up, but it was Diana's warmth and charisma that grounded the young princes amidst royal protocol. That stability shattered in 1997 when Diana died in a tragic car crash in Paris. Harry, just 12 years old, became a symbol of public mourning when he walked behind her coffin in the funeral procession alongside William, Charles, and other senior royals. For years, Harry avoided addressing the trauma, but in adulthood, he revealed the deep scars left by her death and how the royal institution discouraged emotional openness. That loss would define much of his life and much of his eventual break from the royal fold. In his teens and early 20s, Harry gained a reputation as the rebellious royal. He was often photographed drinking, smoking, or partying, culminating in a public scandal when he wore a Nazi costume to a party in 2005. While the royal press office issued a swift apology, the damage was done. But beneath the antics, Harry was adrift, lacking purpose and suffering internally. His enrollment in the British Army became a turning point. He served 2 tours in Afghanistan and earned respect for his courage and leadership. Harry has said the Army gave him structure, purpose, and an escape from the media circus. After leaving military service in 2015, he began transitioning toward a more philanthropic role, supporting veterans and mental health through initiatives like the Invictus Games. Everything changed in 2016 when Harry met Meghan Markle, an American actress best known for her role on the TV show Suits. She was biracial, divorced, and from a non-aristocratic background, characteristics that unsettled the traditional British establishment and triggered a tidal wave of media coverage, often laced with racism and xenophobia. Their wedding in May 2018 was celebrated globally, hailed as a symbol of modernization and diversity within the monarchy. They became the Duke and Duchess of Sussex and began working together on public initiatives, winning admiration from many for their charisma and relatability. But behind the scenes, cracks were forming. Meghan, despite her best efforts, reportedly received little institutional support. She was vilified in the press, and her mental health deteriorated. In a revealing interview with Oprah Winfrey in 2021, she admitted to having suicidal thoughts during her pregnancy. Perhaps most shocking was the couple's claim that a senior royal had questioned how dark their son Archie's skin might be. The institution's failure to publicly defend Meghan, combined with what Harry perceived as indifference from his father and brother, led to their painful decision to step back from royal life. Dubbed Megxit by the press, the move in 2020 triggered crisis talks among the royal family. The couple relinquished their royal titles and public funding and moved to North America in search of independence. Relocating first to Canada and then to Montecito, California, Harry and Meghan aimed to build a private life focused on charity, media production, and advocacy. Their ambitions included launching Archewell, a media company named after their son Archie, focused on mental health, community service, and storytelling. Big-name deals followed. Spotify signed them for exclusive podcast content, and Netflix partnered with them for documentaries and shows. Meghan's podcast Archetypes featured celebrities like Serena Williams and Mariah Carey, but despite the attention, the show wasn't renewed. Spotify later ended the partnership, with executives criticizing the couple's limited output. Their Netflix series, Harry and Meghan, released in late 2022, offered an intimate portrait of their love story and royal departure. It attracted massive viewership but polarized audiences. Supporters praised its vulnerability. Critics called it self-indulgent. Then came Spare, Prince Harry's explosive 2023 memoir. The book detailed private fights with Prince William, Charles cutting him off financially, and his struggles with grief and substance use. It became a bestseller, but further strained his family ties. Despite their efforts to rebrand, the couple's identity remained tethered to the royal drama they hoped to escape. Harry openly admitted in interviews that he hadn't fully planned his post-royal life. He relied on Diana's inheritance to stay afloat in the early days and has faced both legal and personal setbacks in his pursuit of a new chapter. Harry's post-royal life has been increasingly defined by litigation and strained family relations. He has filed multiple lawsuits against UK tabloids, accusing them of hacking his phone, stealing private medical records, and spreading damaging misinformation. In 2023, he testified in court, an unprecedented move for a senior royal. While some praised his courage, others said it was another example of him dragging the monarchy into the media spotlight. He also launched a legal battle to regain police protection during UK visits. When his royal role ended, so did his taxpayer-funded security. Harry offered to pay for it himself, citing safety concerns, but the UK government denied the request, arguing protection is based on public duty, not private choice. His ties with Prince William and King Charles remain fractured. Since Spare's publication, communication has been minimal. Harry attended Queen Elizabeth II's funeral in 2022 and Charles's coronation in 2023, but kept a low profile, often leaving quickly without family interaction. Meghan, notably, did not attend the coronation, deepening speculation about her relationship with the royal household. Public opinion has soured. While Harry and Meghan were once seen as brave disruptors of outdated systems, some now accuse them of clinging to royal relevance while claiming victimhood. Polls in both the UK and US reflect a drop in popularity. Critics argue that their storytelling, however powerful, feels repetitive and overly tied to their royal past. Meanwhile, Harry has continued advocating for mental health and veterans through Invictus, one of his most respected initiatives. But critics question whether his broader efforts can succeed without detaching from the royal narrative that both sustains and haunts him. In California, Harry and Meghan are focused on raising their children, Archie and Lilibet, away from the frenzy that defined Harry's youth. They rarely release photos, avoid public appearances with the children, and speak openly about wanting a different life for them. Yet the question of royal heritage still lingers. Following Queen Elizabeth II's death, Archie and Lilibet were officially granted the titles Prince and Princess. But they live far from the monarchy and have no formal role in it. As they grow up, Harry will face tough decisions: how to explain their identity, their family's legacy, and whether they'll connect meaningfully with their royal relatives. Meghan has begun re-entering Hollywood, signing with a major talent agency and launching new lifestyle ventures. This subtle separation of personal brands has sparked speculation about the couple's evolving dynamic. While there's no public evidence of marital tension, some wonder whether their unity, so central to their early narrative, might shift as their ambitions diverge. For Harry, the stakes are existential. He's tried to reinvent himself as a public figure grounded in compassion and honesty. But each public step is scrutinized through the royal lens. His trauma, transparency, and advocacy resonate deeply. But his story remains inseparable from the institution he left behind. Whether he can fully detach, rebuild family ties, or find peace in the balance between past and future remains uncertain. But one thing is clear: Prince Harry is no longer just a royal. He is a father, a husband, an advocate, and a man still learning how to stand in the world on his own terms.